should take it further. We will come out very soon with all that we have agreed. Also to thank the chairman of North Transparency and commend the governor for being on the side of transparency.
Okay, so PENGASSAN, you might want to learn a thing or two from River State. We just came off a state of emergency, but we understand the business of reconciliation. What's even up to 24 hours? Now get shouted, we are going on strike Tuesday. No, sorry, Monday. Was it? Anyways, yesterday and today, meeting ended. Everyone is thanking governor. PENGASSAN, are you listening? Okay, I'm certain you are. Okay, we're moving from that to our next headline. Stakeholders warn against politicizing the absence of certain characters from the Thanksgiving service. Some stakeholders are downplaying the absence of top politicians at the River State Thanksgiving service to mark the 65th anniversary. That's independence. They warn that the absence should not be given too much political meaning. A lawyer and activist in Port Harcourt, Chitam Thierry Nwala, told our correspondent, Soibi Ruwari, that such speculation is common because of the kind of democracy practiced in River State.
This issue ordinarily shouldn't have been an issue, but because of the type of system we have run and type of democracy we have run in this country, that's why we're making it look like an issue. And we must first of all understand that the legislature is different from the executive and that their lineup of activities and role in the state is also different. They are not under certain obligations to attend every executive function. But we have run the state in such a way that for every government appointee must attend all government functions.
Mr. Thierry Nwala explained that there's no law that forces lawmakers or local government chairmen to attend state events.
Political appointees or political office holders must attend it. It's not supposed to be that way. Normally, an official letter from the SSG's office would be sent to invited guests, invited political appointees to attend these events. There is no law on earth or no law known to me and to the generality of Nigerians that says that the Speaker of the House of Assembly or Assembly members or LJ chairman must attend the Independence Celebration Thanksgiving services.
All right. So what's according to stakeholder saying the absence of top politicians is being politicized. It's not that deep. Legally speaking, I think he's right. But politically speaking, I personally do not share his sentiments. And it doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong. At this time, with the unique situation of Rivers, and I'm glad he said this because of the kind of politics we play, everything makes headlines, but not every conversation should be held, right? So if you're talking about issues around the governor's return, the body language of those considered to be in the other camp, the fact that this one decided to welcome, the other one did not welcome, it's not a conversation that any reasonable person would want to hold on a regular day because it doesn't seem to improve your IQ in any way. But Rivers politics is Rivers politics. And these little things that seem like they do not matter, they eventually blow up to become the crux of the matter. Yes, there is no law that mandates that those officials should be at that event. But like I said with the previous headline, there is common sense. This was an event. Well, I'm not very okay with the church being used for Thanksgiving every now and then. Maybe considered in some context as a state function. The complete absence of most of the politicians, it would definitely raise eyebrows. Right? This is regardless of what you support or what you believe. It's going to raise concern from every camp. Like, wow, nobody showed up. Right? So it's in times like this that you might need to deploy. And that's why sometimes common sense actually saves you a great deal. What the law and policies and many bigger things cannot do, common sense will easily solve. So I get him, but I beg to differ. And finally, Arise News Channel mourns the tragic loss of a young journalist, Somtochukwu Maduagu, who died in the early hours of Monday, September 29, following a violent armed robbery at her residence in the Katampe area of Abuja. In a statement from its ex-handle on Monday, the 29-year-old broadcaster, affectionately known as Somi, was a respected news anchor, reporter, and producer who had become a familiar and trusted face to viewers across the country. The statement read, "It is with heavy hearts that the management and staff of Arise announced the passing of our beloved colleague, reporter-producer Somto Chukwu Christel Maduagu, tragically passed away in the early hours of Monday, September 29, following an armed robbery incident in her residence." Now, the social media reaction to this passing, some have talked about negligence on the part of the health facility, the hospital. Others have said the police have a part to play in the way they handled this and how it eventually led to her death. Investigation, of course, should reveal the facts of the matter. But certain figures, the FCT minister has condoled with Arise and the family. Peter Obi has done that as well, as I'm certain lots of people are paying their tributes. And I know that because, well, this was a journalist, right? So it kind of affects us. This is in the spirit of solidarity. Also, in some way, shape, or form, she was famous. She was a broadcast journalist, so her face was known by Nigerians who watch the channel. But the truth is, what she experienced is the experience of lots of Nigerians who may not be as famous as she was. Insecurity, poor health, facilities that eventually led to... Because it seems from what I was reading that this death could have been avoided if systems just worked better. So while it happened to someone famous today, it's been happening to everyone yesterday. And if nothing changes, it's still going to happen tomorrow. And so it tells you that we need better working systems. She might not be a family member, you might not know her personally, but she is a family member to some people. And while I don't want to sound right, it's going to happen to somebody's family member tomorrow, unfortunately, unless we fix our system. As we say, may the soul of the departed rest in peace. It's time to hear from you. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 06 416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. There was a deadlock at the reconciliation meeting between PENGASSAN and Dangote Refinery. Reactions have trailed the local government employees warning strike, and they have called it off thanks to a reconciliation meeting that actually worked in Rivers State. A stakeholder warns about the politicization of the absence of top politicians at Rivers Thanksgiving service, and a Rise News anchor killed in armed robbery attack. Please turn off your radio as you call. It is very necessary. On the Rise reporter's death, highly condemnable. I call on government to get her killers to justice. May her soul rest in peace. On the house rent, that's for 5 o'clock. I mean, for Ernest, we're not discussing it now. Hector says, what's the problem with PENGASSAN? If Dangote Group says they don't want to join their structure, is it by force? Some, for example, private universities are not members of ASU. What is all this? You must join our union. Hector is asking. Braid from GRE. Hello, Braid. Good afternoon.
Yeah, greetings to you.
Greetings to you too.
Yes, my name is Chief Yeah, the thing is that the way NOPEN is going about this issue, it seems there's something under the water that
Okay, Braid. Unfortunately, couldn't get any of that. Please call back if you can. Is it Ken from Ubimini? Good afternoon.
SOC, I really don't understand what is going on in Nigeria. You can bear us witness that when we are only hoping and relying on so-called Nigerian refinery, nothing was happening. Those refineries are not in functional. Now that Dangote has come to ease the stress of fuel scarcity in Nigeria, what is the problem of this union? Or does it mean that Dangote has no right certificate or being qualified of operating a refinery in Nigeria, what is the union for? I don't know if you are getting me, Mr. SOC.
Yeah, I understand.
And that is by the way. You see, those who are politicizing the thanksgiving of our governor are the same people who are benefiting from the political crisis in River State. Otherwise, the last time I checked, I believe that the executive only, even few persons, can accompany the governor to wherever he wants to go and celebrate one thing or the other. Why are we counting names, calling names, and suspecting what is not necessary to suspect, other than to pray and organize on how we should have good governance in these few months or few years? Thank you very much. Yes, I can. Call from moving.
Thank you, Ezekiel. Promise calls from Rumodumaya. Hello, Promise. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon.
Concerning PENGASSAN and Dangote, to me, it's not fair. The PENGASSAN and the PEN should leave Dangote alone. For we to have somebody like this, I think it's just the grace of God. They should not discourage him. We have so many philanthropists in this country that have that same amount of money that Dangote used in construct that refinery, but none of them is doing it. We have so many local governments as rich as their boys, rich local governments that have that same amount of money that can even give us even the least modular refinery, and so that we'll stop suffering what we are going through. But look at what they are doing now, trying to discourage this young man. God will not allow it to. Please, they should leave this young man alone. Thank you, Jacob Promise for a moment.
Thank you, Jacob Promise. Muriel calls from Okrika. Good afternoon, Muriel.
Hello, Sammy. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is your Okrika woman.
Welcome.
Well, I want to plead with them to understand, to fight. When they want to do battle, they should do it squarely. They should stop threatening with strike. It is wrong. And when they threaten with strike, they are dragging all of us into it. And yeah, it's fine. I know whatever they do affects us directly, but that is when you threaten strike, is this Dangote you're doing? It is really the people you're hurting. So I think they should know how to do their battle and do it with wisdom. And stakeholders warning that people should stop politicizing the Thanksgiving service, because I think it's like they're heating up the politics. I'll be trying to read in between the lines